Hey, what is up, folks? It is I, Will, with Exposing the IWC, and today we are talking WrestleMania 41. It had to be today, because if I didn't talk about it today, we may not be talking about it at all, because I have a loaded week coming up here. Kind of crazy that WrestleMania is literally a week away. Doesn't feel like it at all. Doesn't feel like it at all, but we're here. I need to be able to hear myself. I need to take off these damn headphones. I can't hear myself for some reason. But WrestleMania is here, folks. It is a loaded card, but some would say it's not that good. Night 1 and Night 2 was officially revealed yesterday. I have the rundown here. In fact, I won't spoil it because I'm going to go in order of how I think it's going to go. I think I know the order. I don't know shit. I'm guessing the order for Night 1 and Night 2. I'm going to break that down in a second. We're going to talk about who's going to win, storylines, what should happen, do we care, are we excited, and all that good stuff. SmackDown last night was fine. Typical Bloodline main event. Kind of tune those matches out at this point. Kind of tune it out. The standard Triple H Bloodline main event. Jacob, Tama Tonga, or Solo, one of those two against two baby faces, kind of gets repetitive. I know the ending, I'm pretty sure if I remember correctly, Jacob Fatu attacked LA Knight. Cool, okay, I don't know. I kind of tune those main events out. Rest of the show is fine. Ray Phoenix had a good showing. But we're not here to talk about SmackDown. We're breaking down WrestleMania and what's going to happen. What's up, Maya? What's up, Razar? What's up, Keenan? We have a lot of matches to go through. Some of these matches are kind of straightforward, so it won't take that long. But I'm going to start with the first match of Night 1 that I think is going to be the opener. I've been talking about this forever. The opener for the show will be, it should be, probably be, most likely, Gunther versus Jay. I think this is pretty straightforward. Pretty straightforward. I think Gunther loses, unfortunately, to the Yeet Man himself. Triple H said this is the entertainer versus what? The what is it? What did he say? The wrestler or the? I don't remember what he called Gunther on Twitter, but anyway, I know Jay's the entertainer, and here the entertainer is going to win. Okay, they're going to open up with the whole entire damn stadium doing the damn yeets. That's what he's been wanting to do. He's been opening up this Raws with Jey Uso yeeting. The same will happen at WrestleMania 42 Night 1. We will be opening up with the entire crowd yeeting. This match will be fine. Gunther can wrestle. Jay will probably bring that energy in that babyface fight, and he'll ultimately win. Because if he doesn't win, what the hell have we been doing over the last month or two? This is building up to the inevitable win for Jey Uso. Great main event, Jey Uso, he wins. Don't give him the Rumble win. Just go lose to Gunther. It doesn't make any sense. Jey Uso wins. Whether we like it or not, whether we want it to happen or not, Jay wins. And yeah, 5,000 people eating. That's exactly what's going to happen. Pretty straightforward. I got nothing else to say. You open up the show with this. It makes sense. He wins. We're all good. Okay, we'll see how long his reign is. I'd say probably SummerSlam to take it off of him. No longer than that, but we'll see. Gunther, you did your best. Okay, you did well with the belt, but now it's Jey Uso's turn to yeet with the belt for eternity, or at least 3 months. The next match I think will be on the card for Night 1, or in order, will be this one. Jade Cargill against Naomi. Now, these two have done a good job building up this match. I've been very impressed with Naomi's character work and her promos and her delivery. It's all hitting. Okay, it's no like coincidence that the straightforward storyline between babyface and heel, clear motivation, clear story, things making sense. There's no coincidence that makes the most sense, and it's the most compelling stuff going into Mania. Of course, we know that Naomi attacked Jade, okay, and she did it for Bianca Belair. Now, Bianca Belair wants nothing to do with her, and she moved on to Raw. Meanwhile, they continue to go after each other, and Bianca Belair is not involved whatsoever. Kind of weird, which is why I think they moved Bianca Belair over to the Raw stuff over there with Rhea Ripley and Io Sky, because they didn't want Bianca Belair. They needed Bianca Belair because they needed somebody to be going back and forth to Rhea Ripley, because they didn't want to have to write Io Sky and Rhea Ripley dialogue, because for whatever reason they don't like Io Sky talking. So they needed somebody to promo against Rhea Ripley. So you know what? Let's just go ahead and start the Bianca Belair Rhea Ripley storyline, pull her over to there. But we'll talk about Bianca later on, okay? This is about these two. The first non-title women's match, one-on-one with no stipulations. This is a historic matchup, an historic moment for the women. Will this continue going forward? We'll get more non-title singles matches for the women. I would hope so. But this is a big milestone for these two and for the women's division. Jade wins. Even though I like what Naomi's doing, even though I think Naomi is really carrying this thing and her character work is most interesting and most compelling, I'd be shocked if Jade came out with a loss here. I think Naomi has attacked Jade. Jade getting her payback here. I think she wins her first Mania singles match. I would love for Naomi to win, but I don't see it happening. I think Jade wins. I think it's pretty straightforward here. Will it hurt Naomi? No, because Naomi is doing great character work. It doesn't matter. I always say it doesn't matter if you win or lose. What matters is your TV time, your promo time. Do you have a good storyline? That's what matters. Naomi has all that. So even with the loss, she can continue on. And hopefully, I think she'd be a good candidate for Money in the Bank for Naomi. That's what I would do for Naomi. So all in all, good storyline, straightforward, simple. Naomi loses here. Jade wins. But the storyline continues, and Naomi will get the last laugh down the road potentially. Naomi versus Jade has too much build. It has too much build and story to be replaced to play second on the card. Yeah, but it's two women. Okay, I heard what you're saying. Chris Jericho says that the second place on the card is usually the death spot. But hey, let's be real. Okay, these are women. It's non-title. Second spot would not shock me. Now, the next match could be second spot, sure. But this spot would not shock me at all. Yeah, good feud, good story. Do you think Naomi will help Bianca win at Mania? No. I don't think so. I don't think they're going to pull Naomi over to the Bianca, Rhea Ripley, Io stuff. I just don't think it's going to happen. If that was going to happen, I think we'd have more interactions with Bianca and Naomi. But Bianca has been completely separate from Naomi and Jade altogether. So I don't think so. But that's a good thought. But I don't think so. If anything, Naomi might cost Bianca. I don't think she's going to show up at all for that match. I think she's going to have her match with Jade, and that'll be it. I don't think they're going to pull Naomi over there. Again, she hasn't been involved. She hasn't even had conversations or segments with Bianca at all. So I think they just put that to the side. Maybe they pick that up later on. But Naomi loses. Jade wins. Now, this match could be the second match. It could be. This is the tag match. In fact, it probably should be. It should be probably. I might switch that. We have the War Raiders against the New Day. The New Day have not really had much story stuff on TV. This feels like, okay, we have to have one of the matches. One of the tag matches for the men has to be on the show. We're going to give that respect to the New Day because what they've done in the past. So instead of having Montez and Dawkins, we're going to have the New Day. That's how it feels. No real storyline really. Beyond we're heels and we're bad and we're having a big E, but that has nothing to do with the War Raiders. But anyway, I have the New Day winning this match. This will be a good match, I'm sure. Two good tag teams. I think it'd be silly to not put the belts on the New Day, considering the whole heel turn, considering all the focus they had originally. For Mania season, it hasn't been that interesting. But I think it'd be very dumb at this point to not put the belts on this heel act that you put so much effort into the heel turn. There needs to be some type of payoff here. So why not just put the belts on them here? New Day wins. And then we have two tag team champions that are both black dudes. So the black men are dominating the tag team division because it will be the New Day and Street Profits as champions, I think. But yeah, New Day wins. They should never split the tag titles. Well, Gotta put effort into it. We can't make excuses for the creative team. They can have two separate champions. You got to put effort towards it. Maybe that's why they're trying to hire writers right now, because they're spread thin. So maybe they hire more writers to get more attention. But I don't think they need to unify the tag titles because creative can't handle it. No, hire more writers, do your job, and write stories. That should be the answer. There should be no excuse. It shouldn't be that hard. I agree. I would love to see the Street Profits on the show, but it's not happening. So no Street Profits, no Chelsea Green and her belt, and no Lyra defending her belt. Now Lyra will be on the card, but she won't be defending her mid-card belt. So I was wrong. I thought the mid-card belts for the women would be on the card. It is not. So maybe next year. Little steps. This year we had the non-title women's match for the first time ever. Now maybe next year we'll have mid-card belts on the card, but right now it's not the case. But anyway, yeah, we can split. We can skip. We can flip that. So let's do. Open up with Jay Gunther. Jay wins. Then we get the tag match here. New Day wins. New heel champions. Then we get Jade. Naomi. Jade wins. Next match, I already spoiled it. It will be Rey Mysterio against Chad Gable. Okay, that's who he is. You can call him El Grande Americano all day long, but that's Chad Gable. Happy for Chad Gable. He deserved this spot. Good for him. He's been putting in good work, and he deserved this moment. Rey Mysterio, can't keep him off the card. He's a legend. Cool. This would be a fun match. Now, this match could have been on a Raw easily. Like, this doesn't really scream WrestleMania, but it can, I'm not trying to say it doesn't deserve to be on WrestleMania, but this could easily happen on Raw, right? Whereas something like a Bianca, Rhea Ripley, Io, that screams Mania, that screams big match, right? This match could have happened on a Raw, it would have been fine, right? But they got on the Mania card, that's cool. I have Rey Mysterio winning. I'd be surprised if they had El Grande Americano go over here. In fact, Rey Mysterio will probably rip off his mask and it'll be revealed to be Chad Gable. Chad Gable is then outed, and that's that, right? But this will be a fun match. It'll be good. Two good wrestlers. Be very, very fun. Crowd will be hot for it. But I got Rey Mysterio winning. Crazy that they spent the past few months building up the SmackDown tag division just to not put them on the card. Yeah, the SmackDown division got more attention than the Raw. And they kind of then went and put the New Day. I think just New Day respect. That's what is happening here. That's why it's happening. But I agree. They put more effort into the tag team division for the men on SmackDown, but they're down the card. They're going to be on the SmackDown Before Mania show. How do they feel about that? I don't know. You have to ask them. We have Rey Mysterio beating El Grande Americano. Next match. LA Knight, Jacob Fatu. Not to be honest about this, I'm not that hyped for this match. For some reason, LA Knight as champion is not doing it for me. For whatever reason, I like LA Knight. He's good wrestler. He's good on the mic. I prefer him as a heel, but for whatever reason, this entire U.S. title build, haven't been feeling it. I've been tired of the whole Braun Strowman against Jacob Fatu matches. They've been going overboard with that stuff. Too many of those matches. And now they're getting this. Now we're getting this match here. LA Knight, Jacob Fatu. This could go two ways. If it's a one-on-one match that's clean, Jacob wins. The only way Jacob loses here, if it's Solo Sikoa gets involved and Solo screws him, which sets up Solo against Jacob down the road, right? But beyond that, I don't see how Jacob could lose this match. So the question is, will Solo interfere? That's a question of the day here when it comes to this match. Will Jacob be screwed by Solo? I don't know. It's like 50-50. Because it's 50-50, I'll say what I want to happen. I'll say Jacob wins, but the caveat is if Solo comes down there, then Solo will screw him whether it's intentional or not, whether it's supposed to happen or not, whether that's what he wants to happen, I don't know. But maybe he might accidentally screw him. It could be an accident. But if Solo comes down there, Jacob's losing. If it's one-on-one, Jacob wins. So I'll go Jacob for now. What's good, Slayer? Maybe something with Big E will happen. That's why it's on the card. That would make sense. If Big E comes down, you're talking about the tag match, right? If Big E gets involved, then yeah, it makes sense why it would have this on the card. It would have to be that. If Big E doesn't show up, then I'm like, why not just put the Street Profits? So I don't know. But again, I'll go Jacob, but no real conviction there. It could go either way. I guess they could do the Solo Jacob storyline with Jacob as a champion, but I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do. Not that hype for this one. In fact, of all the matches on night one, this might be my least anticipated match. LA Knight against Jacob Fatu. For whatever reason. Just not feeling the feud, not feeling the build. I'm not feeling the reign. I don't know why. I don't know what it is about LA Knight, but I'm just not feeling this reign. But we'll see what happens. Next match has been a very much talked about match recently. It's been a very bad build. Bad build for me. But we have Tiffany Stratton taking on Charlotte Flair. Now, this is the match that the IWC wanted. The IWC wanted this for months before this match was made official. The IWC wanted this match. I had my reservations. I thought Tiffany was not ready, but here we are. Tiffany against Char. Been well documented what's happened of late, right? Charlotte Flair and Tiffany were not on the same page. Personal shots were made towards Charlotte Flair. Charlotte Flair retaliated with some personal shots of her own. Well, not really a personal shot, but bringing up her boyfriend, Ludwig Kaiser. She brought up, she made fun of Tiffany's voice. So they've been back and forth between the two. Nobody's innocent here. They both have issues with each other. They both have some issues with not being professional. But hey, what happened last night? Charlotte Flair attacked Tiffany. So they're putting it behind them a bit and moving forward with it. They're leading into it. Roxanne Perez last night said that she's professional. So she should be in the match because she can be professional. Taking a shot at both of them, really, but more at Tiffany because Tiffany showed up a minute later, right? So they're leaning into the whole shoot thing, the shoot angle, being unprofessional, leaning into it. Charlotte Flair went like with street clothes, like a shirt and like regular pants, and attacked Tiffany, so she's not playing any games. They're leaning into it. They're making it personal. Charlotte's pissed. Tiffany got beat up again. The thing I'm having an issue with Tiffany, love Tiffany as a talent, great talent. She's in my freaking header for crying out loud. Look at the top of my screen. She's there, right? Love Tiffany. She is just a natural heel. Everything she says feels like a heel talking. I'm not saying, I don't know if the direction is, hey, Tiffany, be a face, because I'm not in the room with them. So it's possible they're telling her, hey, do what you're doing. You're doing fine. I don't know what the direction is. But if the direction is, hey, Tiffany, be a babyface, that's not what she's doing. If anything, it's more tweener, but still leaning more heel. The way she talked to Roxanne last night was heelish. Like everything she says feels like a heel. It's all heelish. Even when she got attacked by Charlotte Flair in the parking lot, she's like, get her off of me. Get her off of me. Leave me alone. It very much sounded like a heel trying to get away from the babyface, like a chicken shit heel. It always sounds heelish to me. But again, she didn't get enough practice. Not even enough. She didn't get any work as a babyface in NXT. That's a mistake. I thought they're going to have her do some babyface stuff when they had her with Fallon Henley. I thought after she went to the farm, we're going to have a bit of a tag team where she can work more as a face. That never happened. So she never really had that experience working as a face. So of course, on the grandest stage of them all, leading up to Mania, she's struggling a bit, assuming they want her to be a face. Because I believe originally the plan was for her to be the heel and Charlotte Flair to be the face. The problem is, creative team on SmackDown was so shit, they set Charlotte Flair up the wrong way. They should have been showing her rehab, showing her come back from the injury. That would have played better for the face turn or the face run. But instead, they had her looking like a rich girl on the yacht, shipping champagne, talking about how great she is. Then she wins the Royal Rumble, and you're surprised she's getting booed? No. They should have had her come back as a babyface with video package of her coming back from the injury, rehabbing, getting stronger. She should have showed up, lost the Rumble maybe, then put her up against Nia Jax. Very easy. Nia Jax is a heat magnet. Whoever faces Nia Jax gets cheered. You have Charlotte Flair against Nia Jax competing to face Tiffany. At that point, the crowd would be for Charlotte Flair because they don't want to see Nia Jax face Tiffany. They'd be going for Charlotte Flair. That's what you do. It's simple. Go to rehab, lose the Rumble, face Nia Jax, and then win the Chamber. Or if you're going to win the Rumble, you have Nia Jax again get it in her way. You have Tiffany try to screw her. There's so many ways you could have set it up for Charlotte Flair to get cheered. The fans are very easily manipulated. I don't care what anybody says. This whole, they hate Charlotte Flair. Folks, go back and watch what happened before she got injured. Charlotte Flair was a babyface, and she was getting cheered. This is not like secret. Go watch YouTube. Charlotte Flair, 2023. She was a face. She was getting cheered before she got injured. They just messed it up. The package, the video package, everything was just a mishandled. Assuming they wanted her to be a face, they screwed it up. That's on creative, not on Charlotte Flair. Okay? So, for whatever reason, it didn't work out correctly. Well, I know why, because creative was bad. Okay. Now we have a heel versus heel thing. That's what it really is. Only difference is Tiffany is the new fresh thing, so she's popular. She's hot right now with the crowd, but she's very much a heel. Look at how she won the damn title, cashing in, very heelish on Nia Jax, facing off with the heel that I think was supposed to be face, but it is what it is at this point. Who's gonna win? The winner of this match will be Tiffy. I think Tiffany's got to win. Got to win at this point. They put a lot of effort in Tiffany trying to push her. They put the belt on her not too long ago. I think Charlotte Flair knows she has to put Tiffany over, which is probably one of the reasons why she's not that excited about this feud, because she didn't want to work this feud to begin with. She wanted to work other talent like Bianca Belair, but like, all right, Charlotte Flair, you're going to come back and help Tiffany. You're going to help elevate Tiffany. She's like, really? That's what I got to do? Whatever. I got Tiffany winning. Now, does that mean she's going to be champion for much longer after Mania? Not necessarily. I can see Charlotte Flair beating her at Backlash. I do believe Charlotte Flair will beat her for the belt. That will happen. Charlotte got to wrap up those titles. She got to be champion a couple more times to pass her father. That's going to happen. So I do believe Charlotte Flair will beat Tiffany eventually. But for Mania 41, Tiffany retains. It'll be like a roll-up pin, a sneaky pin to protect Charlotte Flair. You don't have Charlotte Flair come back from injury and get put down proper, right? So when she loses, it'll be like a sneaky win or like a roll-up pin on Charlotte Flair to preserve her heading into Backlash, which will probably be her then. So that's my thought process on that. Tiffany retains. Her character has had zero struggle with Charlotte Flair. Yeah, that's why it was a bad booking. Assuming she's supposed to be face, it was very, very bad booking. Which woman do you think will be the first failed cash-in? I have no idea. Who's going to win it next year? This year. Naomi? If Naomi, no. I think Naomi will successfully cash in if it's Naomi. They already teased Charlotte Flair and Jade. Might as well put the belt on her now. That's funny. You could do Jade. I don't think they'll do Jade right away. I think the Naomi Jade stuff will continue. I don't think that feud will end at Mania, so you have some time. So if you do that Backlash, then you have plenty of time to do Jade Charlotte Flair for Money in the Bank match, or for Evolution, or for SummerSlam if you go that far. But I think you give Tiffany her win here. Let her get her win here against Charlotte Flair. Again, it'll be sneaky. It won't be a proper 1, 2, 3. You won't put the queen down. She'll get a roll up. And then later on, she beats Tiffany. And then you build towards Jade, Charlotte Flair. Because if they're going to do Charlotte Flair, Jade, with Jade being a face, well, now Charlotte Flair has all this heat. It makes sense for the dynamic. Charlotte Flair booed. Jade cheered. In my mind, Jade is a better heel. Whatever. They want to do Jade as a face. Perfect. Charlotte Flair, champion, heel. Jade Cargill, champion, face. Makes sense. I think Charlotte Flair will beat Jade Cargill. At least for the first time. And then who knows what happens. I wonder if Jade Cargill will beat Charlotte Flair this year, though. Maybe SummerSlam, Jade Cargill champion. It'd be kind of crazy, right? Jade Cargill, WWE Women's Champion, SummerSlam. That'd be crazy. Jade isn't ready for these matches. Well, we find out at Mania, right? We'll find out how she looks. I think Mania will be very, very important for Jade. If Jade goes out there, has a good match with Naomi, they'll trust her more. They'll give her more to do. Then she moves on to Charlotte Flair, maybe. Well, actually, I think she'll have more matches with Naomi. So it won't be one-off. Maybe 1 or 2 more matches with Naomi. Test her out. See how she looks. She looks good. Then let's go, right? Then you're cooking with hot grease. They put a lot of investment in Jade Cargill, so they're hoping all goes well with her and Naomi. If it looks good, you are off to the races with Jade Cargill. Do you think Tiffany and Charlotte do a best of 3? Maybe. If Tiffany wins at Mania, Charlotte wins the belt at Backlash, you do another match at Money in the Bank? Sure, I can see that. I think Charlotte Flair will win, but that's very possible. Very possible. I don't think Jade and Charlotte will get along once they actually start working together. Jade and Charlotte Flair? You'd be surprised. I think you'd be surprised. I think Charlotte Flair is excited about that match. I think she's excited about it. Even though she knows Jade Cargill is not a better wrestler than Tiffany, I think Jade has that stature, that aura that she will want to work with. If that makes sense. I don't know how to explain it. I think she'd be more accepting to working with Jade Cargill because of her stature, because of her aura, because of her position right now. I think she feels better about that than with Tiffany. I think Jade will have a good relationship with Charlotte Flair, actually. I think they'll get along pretty well. Be surprised. We'll see, though. It's obvious that the WWE want to push Jade this year. I agree. All right. Talk too much about this. Let's move on to the next match, which is the main event. Seth Roman, CM Punk. Now, this match is, in my opinion, forced. It's a forced triple threat match because they want to have all 3 of them in the main event. Seth Rollins, his goal was to prevent CM Punk from being in the match, or the Mania match, in the main event. He failed. Got Paul Heyman in the middle of this. Paul Heyman is the MacGuffin of the storyline. CM Punk wants Paul Heyman in his corner. Roman Reigns wanted Paul Heyman in his corner. And Seth wants Paul Heyman out of the way. Kind of weird what's happening with Paul Heyman. He's very much a focus of the storyline right now. Kind of weird. Seth says that Paul Heyman owes him a favor. Makes no sense whatsoever. Who wins? I don't know. Let's go with Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins was the MVP of last year's Mania. Maybe this year they reward him. CM Punk's goal was to main event WrestleMania. That's happening. He didn't want to win WrestleMania. Wanted to main event. That's happening. He's fine. Seth needs something. Roman Reigns has won enough main events in his lifetime. Like, he's done enough, right? So this is a time to reward Seth Rollins. I think Seth Rollins wins. What does it mean for Paul Heyman going forward? I don't know. There's no real stakes here. There's no stakes. The winner gets nothing, which is what I hate about these main events, or this main event at least. I want the main event to have some type of stakes. What does the winner get? Nada. If CM Punk wins, he's the winner. So what? If Roman Reigns wins, he's the winner. So what? If Seth Rollins wins, he won. And there's no actual stakes to it. So the issue is, not the issue, the thing to look out for is the story beats, the character moments. What's going to come out of it? There's no stakes, but what are the character moments? What are the storylines that will continue on past the show that will probably involve Paul Heyman somehow? What do we want to see? I don't know. Honestly, I think Paul Heyman should be with someone else, like a Braun Breaker, like a Obafemi, like someone else beyond these three. But we'll see what they do. I have no real expectations from a storyline perspective of what's going to happen with Paul Heyman. Some people think Paul Heyman will join up with Seth Rollins. I don't really see that. If it happens, so what? Like, what's the big deal? Okay, Paul Heyman's worked with Seth, so there's no stakes here. It'll be a fun match, I'm sure. I got Seth winning. No real conviction with that, but I just think he should win. And that is that. That is your main event of night one. All in all, night one is not that impressive to me. I think night two, the bigger show, feels grander, feels bigger to me. I mean, let's go through it again. Let's go through night one. Jay wins. Okay, the Yeet Man wins. Okay, cool. Open up a show with that. New Day. No real storyline there, right? New Day champ. This is a good story, but Jade wins. Okay, we'll see how she does. Question here is, how good will Jade look? Jade, how long have you been working on your game? Have you come along? That's the story here. Jade's performance and the character moments from Naomi. I think Jade wins, and that's that for now. Then you continue the storyline past the show, right? I think Chad Gable loses. Ray wins. This is a Raw main event, though. Good match, but okay. Then you got LA Knight, Jacob for 2. Not really loving the LA Knight reign. I think Jacob should win. Will Solo get involved? Will they continue Solo and Jacob stuff going forward? Is that the storyline here? This is intriguing. How will this match go down? Unfortunately, what's making this match interesting is the like unprofessional stuff, right? The unscripted stuff, the real life drama. How will they get along? How will they look? Will Charlotte Flair legit push Tiffany onto a car like Naomi did? We'll have to see. I think they'll put their differences aside and have a banger, but it's intriguing. I'll give it that. What's going to happen here? How will it look? How will Tiffany fare? Will they get along? Will they have chemistry? A lot of interesting questions, but a lot of it comes from unfortunate situations and not the actual storyline, right? And this match has no stakes. Big name, but no stakes, right? So overall, night one is kind of like, eh. I think night two is the bigger show. Bigger and better show. I'd like to see Paul Heyman manage a woman, like a Jade Cargill one day. That'd be cool. Night two, the bigger show. Yep. The winner gets to say the best of two. They can go on to challenge for a title. Yeah, you can book that. The winner of this match can have a championship match, but that's not the stipulation right now. There's no stipulations here. There's no stakes. Now you can write it so that the winner moves on, but that's not what's happening right now. That's not the existing creative right now. Who gets to keep Paul Heyman? It's not a match. I mean, that's not the stipulation for this match. There's no stakes here, folks. We can fantasy book it and we can like headcanon it, but there's no actual stakes here. No stakes. Roman said, "I'm not losing to Drew." Seth and Punk got to get away from each other. Yeah, I think so. After this match, Punk moves away from Seth probably. Unless Paul Heyman will be involved with Seth going forward. I don't know. No clue what the plans are. All right, we'll move on to night 2, which I think is the bigger show and the better show. Should have been Seth versus Punk. I agree. Drew versus Roman. Agreed. That should have been it. But that would mean no Roman in the damn main event. You can't have that, right? I wonder if it's in Roman's contract that he has to be in the main event. I don't know. Let's talk night 2. First match, I think we'll open up with the street fight. This match is a street fight. We got Damian Priest against Drew McIntyre. Open up the show hot. I am not sure who wins this. I'll lean towards Drew. If you remember last year, Drew won the championship and Damian Priest cashed in on him, which means Damian Priest beat him on Mania. Will they have another Damian Priest win on Mania the following year? Maybe, but I'm going to guess no. I'm going to guess Drew McIntyre wins this match. He beats Damian Priest a year later at the big stage, and we move. Hopefully we move on to Drew against Roman Reigns, but we'll see. But I have Drew McIntyre winning. How much conviction do I have? Not that much conviction. I think Drew McIntyre deserves it. So he wins this match. What say you? It'll be a good match. There's no way Drew loses. Got rolled up at Chamber, lost at Clash, Elimination Chamber, Rumble, yep. I think this is the time Drew stands tall. Remember last year, again, I repeat, last year, Drew won the title and got cashed in on. I think this time, Drew stands tall. Got Drew winning. Pretty straightforward. Next match, I think will be the tag match. Liv and Raquel, no tag team name, taking on Lyra and Bayley. Definitely no tag team name, right? Now this match is kind of unfortunate for Lyra, because I want Lyra to defend her title at Mania. That's not happening. Bayley is in this match to get her on the card. I think the original plan was to have Bayley against Roxanne and Lyra with Becky, but Becky said no. Or Becky wants more time off. I don't know. This makes sense, right? This whole entire time, Liv Morgan has been talking shit. I retired Becky Lynch. Over and over again. Becky and Lyra have history. This lines up very well. It lines up super well. And then Bayley goes to Stand and Deliver to work with Roxanne Perez. Makes so much sense. It's not happening, I believe, because Becky was not coming back. So it says, sorry, Roxanne. No Mania, or no Stand and Deliver for you. No real position for you of any note. Well, that's not true. I think she will have a match at Stand and Deliver. But it'll be in like a tag match with Lash, Jakara, and Fatal Influence. So maybe she'll have a match with Cora Jade there in a tag match. But I do believe the original plan was to have her with Bayley at Stand and Deliver with Becky in this spot. But Becky's not there, so let's not dwell on that. This match will be fire. Liv Morgan and Raquel have done a great job. The matches have cooked, whether it's against Io and Dakota Kai, whether against Bianca and Naomi. Liv and Raquel have put on bangers. This match will be very, very good. All four of them can cook. All of them are good in the ring. This match will be fun. Even though I don't love how this match came about, I don't love it for Liv. I don't love it for Lyra. Don't love it for Becky. Well, Becky's not there. Don't love it for Bayley. The match is going to cook. And the question will be, could Liv and Raquel are retaining? Clearly, that's obvious, right? I'd be shocked. It's super obvious that Liv and Raquel will retain. Question is, will there be a character moment or a story beat for Bayley, considering what we saw last time she was in the ring with Lyra Valkyria? Has she knocked her hand away? Are we getting a heel turn from Bayley? Because they're going to lose. So what's going to happen after the show or after the match? Will she attack Lyra? Will she turn heel? Will she be disappointed again? We'll have to find out. But this will be a good match. I trust Liv. I trust Bayley. I trust Raquel in the spot with Lyra. Gonna cook. Gonna be very, very good. But the outcome is not in doubt. But again, that's okay as long as there's an angle or a character moment that's interesting. I'm fine with the obvious result. I trust Liv and Raquel based on the history they've had the last two matches. They're going to cook, I'm sure. Bayley should turn heel. Her character is stale. Maybe. This match just puts all four of them on the card. Well, the tag titles are being defended at least. That hasn't happened in the last 2 years, I don't think. Didn't happen last year, that's for damn sure. So I'm happy the tag titles are being defended. And I think Liv and Raquel deserves the spot, considering the last couple times they defended it. They look great. It'd be a good match. So this is one of these situations where the match will justify itself, even though the build and the construction of the match sucks. It sucks. All right, next match. Liv and Raquel retain. We have an IC title match. This will be fun. Dom, Finn, Braun, Penta. Now, what to look out for will be the dynamic between Dom and Finn. They have the actual history here. The actual story beats will be between those two. I wonder what would be the best outcome storyline wise. Dom winning and Finn having to deal with that? Maybe. It might be the best outcome story-wise is a Dom win, and we see how that affects the Judgment Day dynamic. I'm going to lean towards Braun Breaker retaining. Do I have any real confidence in that? No. But I don't see Penta winning right now. Seems kind of early to put the belt on Penta. If Dom and Finn don't win, they're going to get in each other's way. No matter what, I think the dynamic changes between the two. No matter what, the dynamic will shift for the Judgment Day. Whether Dom wins, whether Finn wins, whether they both get in each other's way, the dynamic will switch up for the Judgment Day. Will Liv get involved? I don't know. She has a match the same day. It'll be interesting to see. But no DQ. No DQ. I'm going to go with Braun Breaker retaining, but I have no confidence whatsoever. No confidence whatsoever in the outcome. I'm going to go with Dom losing and Braun Breaker retaining. Braun Breaker dropped the belt and moves on to the world title? Maybe. Maybe. I could see Braun against Jay. But maybe Dom wins. I just have no conviction. I don't know. I could see all four winning. I could see it for all four, but I don't have any confidence to pick anyone other than Braun for right now. Because they can all win, I'm just gonna say retain. But yeah, I would not be surprised by any result. Especially Dom winning. Not surprised one bit. What do you guys think? Put in the chat the winner. Put the one name. Penta, Braun, Finn, Dom. Who do you think is going to win? I'd be curious to see who you guys have winning the match. Dom for King, Finn for Moonlight, Yeah, I have no conviction. No conviction whatsoever. Dom. Got 3 for Dom. That's the best storyline thing. Like the best storyline direction, Dom. Because remember, Dom did not want to be the match at all at first, right? Dom's cool with his position. Liv Morgan put him in. Liv Morgan talked to Adam Pearce and put him in the match, right? So that'd be kind of interesting to have Liv Morgan get Dom in the match and Dom came the winner. What if Dom pins Finn? Like for me, the best storyline is Dom winning. So I think if Triple H is a true story guy, he'll put the belt on Dom. And that will really, really affect the Judgment Day dynamic in a way that's interesting. Because Finn might crash out. Not might. If Dom wins, Finn is crashing out on Raw, for sure. Finn is going to crash out. So you know what? I'll switch. I'll say Dom wins. Dom pins Finn for the win. Moving on to the next match. AJ Styles, Logan Paul. I just realized the A and L here are for the names. So let me see. Dom, Finn, Braun. Yeah, I just realized that. First letter of the damn name. That's funny. All right, yeah, I have AJ against Logan Paul here. This would be a very, very fun match. A lot of athleticism, a lot of big spots, fun spots. These boys can both jump out the gym. It'll be fun to watch. I got Logan Paul. How many times has Logan Paul won at Mania? This might be the time where Logan Paul wins. Sounds crazy, but that might happen here because you have the whole AJ Styles against, not against, but he's been having segments with what's his face, Karrion Kross. So I feel like Karrion Kross wants him to turn heel. So if that's the goal, maybe a loss to Logan Paul might trigger that. I can see Logan Paul winning this match. I'll go. Logan Paul winning. And that would trigger new character direction for AJ Styles via the whole Karrion Kross crap. I'll go with that. Kross against Randy at Mania? Who says that? We won last year? Oh, Logan Paul won last year? Never mind then. If that's the case, I don't know. Who'd he beat, Ray? He beat Ray last year? Who did Logan Paul face last year? Someone tell me in the chat. I don't remember. Who did Logan Paul face last year? Oh, U.S. title? Mania. Why don't I remember that match? Drawing a blank completely. That's weird. That is so weird that I can't remember that match at all. At all. That goes to show you. Sometimes you gotta have a moment. Gotta have a moment at Mania. If you don't have a moment that's memorable, folks will forget. Folks will forget that match happened entirely. If there's no hook, no good storyline, there's no good moment, you can forget the match even happened. Let me see. Not that I don't believe you, I just want to see it for myself. Logan Paul. Yeah, Logan Paul with ISO speed. Now I remember it. I remember it now. Because I saw the ISO speed thing. Okay, now I remember. Yeah, he was involved. Okay. Yeah, I forgot about that match. Completely forgot. But yeah, okay. So Logan Paul won last year. So you know what? Who wins Let's go with. Yeah, I don't know. 50-50. I'll go. Um, I don't know. Fuck it, Logan Paul. I'll go Logan Paul. No conviction whatsoever, but it'll be fun. It'll be a fun match. But I'll go Logan Paul. But I have no conviction. Next match: Rhea, Bianca, Io Sky for the Women's World Championship. This match has been had a very, very interesting build. Very, very interesting build. By interesting, I mean bad. It has been the weirdest build. Very, very repetitive segments. Started off kind of interesting. Started off hot with a surprise win by Io. The shocker that happened. Oh my God, what do they have planned here? I was very, very interested in the feud. I thought we are going to get like a more complex, a more interesting Rhea Ripley based on that segment she cut after the match. Talk about how she took her off the ball and there's no such thing as friends, and how she got her own head, and talking about all her insecurities and her faults. Like, oh, this might be interesting. Went out the window. She went out there, started whining and complaining, not making no sense. Now, what's going on here? Io, I'm convinced they don't want her cutting any English promos. He goes down there, gets pushed in the face. Next week, gets pushed in the face. Next week, gets pushed in the face. The following week, gets pushed in the face. The same repetitive beats. No advancing of storyline whatsoever. Like, whatsoever. Got Bianca Belair, whose character has changed since the Naomi Jade stuff. It's been a completely different character, if you're paying attention. Bianca Belair does not want Rhea Ripley in the match. She doesn't deserve it. I earned my spot. She didn't. She's right. Like, the character is right, but Bianca Belair in the past would never have said that. She would have said what Io was saying. Bring it on. The more the merrier. I'll be both of them. I'm the EST. I don't run away from anything. I'll be Io and Rhea Ripley. That's what the old babyface Bianca would have said. This character switch, it's like, nah, you don't deserve it. That's something different from Bianca Belair. Okay? And that's brought her some boos. Because creatively, she's working against the crowd. Right or wrong, the crowd wants Rhea Ripley in the match. So whoever doesn't want her in the match will get booed. Io Sky's like, bring it on. Yay! Bianca like, hell no. Boo, right? Everything Bianca does is against the crowd. The crowd wants to see a definitive end to a match. Bianca Belair's a ref? No. Double DQ. Boo. Everything she does, literally everything she does creatively, will put her against the crowd. It has to be intentional. It has to be. Because nothing else makes sense. If the goal is, we're going to get Bianca Belair cheered, they do the opposite. They're not that stupid. They know what they're doing here. They're putting her against the crowd every week. So they're happy with the result. They're happy with the boost. They have to be happy with it because nothing else makes sense. Io Sky is in the position of babyface, bring on all comers. I'll take you all on. Bianca's like, nah, you don't deserve it. I deserve it. Get out of here. And Rhea Ripley's been kind of like the woman child, complaining, not making no sense. Lucky for her, she's red hot. So no matter what she says, she gets cheered, which is fine. The crowd can react how they want to react. Like, the crowd is freedom. They have the freedom to do what they want to do. It's about storyline. Is it logical? Is it making sense? That's what I'm more concerned with. Not so much the crowd reaction. I want things to make sense. Rhea Ripley's booking is weird. It's weird right now. It's very, very weird. I'm convinced that they put Bianca over here because they didn't want her in the feud with Naomi and Jade, because they wanted her to be over here to talk with Rhea Ripley, because they don't want her By her, I mean Io Sky, cutting English promos against Rhea Ripley. So because of that, they needed somebody else. So last year with Io Sky and Bayley, who was there? Dakota Kai. It was very much a Dakota Kai Bayley feud as well. Dakota Kai couldn't cut the promos. For whatever reason, they don't want Io Sky cutting promos. So Bianca Belair, come on over here. You two be in a feud. You'll be pushing Io Sky out the way. Get out of here, Io. Get out of our face. We're going to disregard you. We're going to ignore you. While we're arguing, we're the actual feud with the champion on the sideline as the third wheel. They've pretty much hammered this storyline, like hammered it in your head. Io Sky's overlooked. Io Sky's overlooked. Io Sky's overlooked. Over and over and over to the point where it's almost like mind numbing. Who was gonna win? Well, that's a good question. Io or Bianca Belair? Io or Bianca Belair? I'll be happy with either outcome. If Io wins, I think it signals to all the Joshis that are in town for Las Vegas that, hey, folks, look at your countrywoman, Io Sky. Hey, Azumi, Starlight Kid, Miyu Watanabe, Suri, Sai Kamatani. All of the Joshis are in town. Look at what just happened. Io Sky, your friend, someone you admire, just won against Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley on the grandest stage of them all. You could be next. You could do this too. That's great. I love that for my hopes for the Joshi scene and how that will affect people coming over when they see Io winning that big match. That's crazy. That's huge for that movement. Okay, I want to see more Joshis coming over. Io winning, it would be huge. So I love that. And it's a good moment for Io. Big moment for her. Love that, right? With Bianca winning, the Mania streak will continue. I think it's the best for creative, more interesting, where you go with that as her champion, especially if they put her more as a heel. That's kind of compelling there, right? What's going to happen there? How will she be booked going forward? Think about the matches coming up for her with that dynamic switch. Now she defends against an Io or Rhea or maybe Lyra down the line or other baby faces. They call up Stephanie Vaquer. There's a lot of matches for her with her being heel that is very, very compelling. Roxanne Perez, even though she's a heel, but you know what I mean? Like Bianca Belair as a more of a tweener or a heel champion is very, very interesting going forward. I'll love that. And the Mania streak will continue. On one hand, for the Joshi movement, for Io Sky, huge win. I would love that. Bianca Belair, Mania streak continues. Storyline wise, I would love that. The only thing that I would hate is Rhea winning. Like, why did you bother taking the belt off of Rhea Ripley? Why did you bother doing the whole triple threat match? There's no point of it. If Rhea wins, like that can't happen. That cannot happen. Makes no sense whatsoever. So, with that being said, I think Io Sky retains. I think even though it's kind of straightforward, it's almost obvious. Io is being disrespected. Io is being disregarded. I think Io will retain. You have Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley getting in each other's way. That feud will continue. Bianca Belair will probably crash out because Bianca Belair has a Mania streak. She's been talking about crashing out. And if she loses at Mania for the first time, she'll crash out. Then you get a heel Bianca Belair. That's also compelling. How will Bianca Belair deal with losing at Mania? That's interesting. So you continue the storyline between Bianca and Rhea Ripley, and they both chase together. So one thing that's positive about taking the belt off Rhea Ripley, Rhea gets a chance to be in a lot of matches she hasn't been in for a while, right? Think about Rhea Ripley in Money in the Bank. Think about her in the Queen of the Ring tournament. There are spots for Rhea Ripley to be in now that she's without the belt. And you have Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley both chasing. Can you imagine them both being in the tournament? They're both in the Money in the Bank. They're both butting heads the entire way, trying to get to SummerSlam to face Io. That could be interesting to see that chase with both of them being rivals running after Io. That could be interesting. For Io being champion, look at Kairi Sane. She's getting bigger in the gym, bulking up, putting on muscle. Wouldn't it be a cool storyline to have Kairi Sane turn heel on Io? That's a program for Evolution. That's a program for Money in the Bank. Io, Kairi Sane. New Io, Dakota Kai. New Io, Lyra. If Lyra dropped the belt, that's a good match for Io right there. There's matches for Io going to SummerSlam. Okay, so, or Evolution. Like, I think Io would drop the belt this year. She would definitely drop the belt this year. But there's programs for Io. There's programs. There's stuff to do for her. So I'll go with Io retaining. That's what I think will happen. What do I want? Still 50-50. I love the idea of the Mania streak. Folks, they are not talking about the Mania streak. They are not talking about the Mania streak whatsoever. What does that tell you? Honestly, what does that tell you? I asked the chat. The fact that nobody has mentioned this Mania streak whatsoever on commentary, not Bianca, nobody. What does it mean to you? They want folks to not know or not remember, so they're not shocked when she loses? I don't know. I think it's interesting that they're not talking about it at all. No discussion of the streak. They don't care about the streak. Io Dakota is meh. Sure. Don't give me hope. Solar. I'm sure you'll cry and say she has to go to Japan. She loses, right? You guys are funny. Io Sky has walked into Mania as champion back-to-back years, but I'm sure if Bianca loses, oh, it's a travesty. Go back to Stardom. You guys are hilarious. I'm looking for something that I can't find right now. Oh, well, I can't find it. Okay. I think there's a chance Naomi comes out and helps. That'd be weird. Only because Naomi and Bianca Belair have completely ended conversations. It's possible. It could be fun. I just think it's unlikely. But it could be fun. If the streak was ending, they should have done Bianca versus Rhea Ripley one-on-one. I hear you. But I think Rhea Ripley being without the belt is more important for them. I think they want her in a lot of spots. Like I talked about before, Money in the Bank match, Queen of the Ring tournament. They want Rhea Ripley available for these big matches, these big PLEs. A lot of time when Rhea Ripley is champion, she's not wrestling a lot. Kind of just walking around with the belt. So I think they want her involved with a lot of the big PLEs. Same with Bianca. Imagine Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley both in Money in the Bank. That'd be Bianca Belair's first Money in the Bank, by the way. Her first Money in the Bank. Might be Rhea Ripley's first as well. I don't remember. But there's very interesting matches for them if they're both being rivals and both chasing at the same time. Very, very cool stuff. Imagine a final for the Queen of the Ring tournament with Bianca and Rhea Ripley as your final for the Queen of the Ring. That'd be huge. I think with they're both being without the belt, they can both chase and have very, very interesting, long feud for a year. That could happen with these two. Just depends. There's no Queen of the Ring. That's not confirmed. They're not going to Saudi Arabia, but has it been confirmed that there's no Queen or King of the Ring? I know they're not going to Saudi Arabia, but is it official that that tournament is kaput for this year? I don't know. You can tell me. If the build wasn't Io getting treated like a joke, I wouldn't care if she lost. I see what you're saying. So you feel like Io Sky has been disrespected the entire build, getting mushed in the face over and over again, and now if she loses, it'd be a bad look. I agree with you. Not the best for Io. Should be fine. Should be fine, but it's not the best. I would lean towards Io retaining. For that. That's part of the reason. That's part of it. Now she stood tall on Raw. She was disrespected by Rhea Ripley, and she stood tall. So it's not all bad for Io, right? I can't get past why in the hell did they bother taking the belt off Rhea Ripley? If Io is going to lose, think about this. If Io is going to lose, why did they bother putting the belt on Io? Because if Rhea Ripley was champion and we had the triple threat, then Bianca pins Io, same result, right? So why bother putting the belt on Io? I think Io retains. I think. Would I be shocked if Bianca wins? No. I'd be shocked if Rhea Ripley wins. That's a shocking thing. Rhea better lose. He doesn't. I got problems. I got problems. I got problems. Well, they do have. They will do Money in the Bank, Backlash, Evolution, Night of Champions, War SummerSlam. Yeah, that's stuff to do. They could put Io in so Rhea Ripley, Bianca don't get pinned. Right. I agree with you, but Rhea Ripley can be champion with that happening. Same result. If Rhea is champion and Bianca pins Io, same result. I'm asking, why did they put the belt on Io? I agree with you. Bianca could pin Io and don't pin Rhea Ripley. In fact, if Bianca wins, she's going to pin Io, right? My question is, why bother putting the belt on Io? Why bother? The same result would happen if Rhea Ripley was champion and Bianca pins Io. Same result. So I think Io will probably retain. That's what I think. And the final match, we could come back to this if you want, but the final match is Cena, Cody Rhodes. Be fun. It should be fun. This is the big match. Probably be like 30 minutes. Can Cena still go for a long period of time? I don't know. Will there be shenanigans? Of course. Will The Rock show up? Who knows? Will Travis Scott show up? Probably. Right? Probably get Travis Scott showing up here. I think Cody Rhodes should lose. Why? Well, you probably want an entire year. Well, not an entire year, but I want the rest of the year to be Cena being the heel champion and Cena defending against a Randy Orton, defending against Cody Rhodes, defending against other babyfaces like Sami Zayn. If you want to get the most out of Cena as a champion with these rematches, you probably want him to be champion. That makes the most sense to me. If Cena loses this, he'll be off TV for a while. I would think, like, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? He's in the position because he won the Rumble. I'm sorry, he won the Chamber. That's how he's in this position. How do you justify Cena getting back to that spot without a Rumble or a Chamber? There's other people coming at the bit. A Seth, a Roman, a CM Punk, a Drew McIntyre. There's other people who want that shot. Just pull the trigger now. Pull the trigger. Main event, Mania, big stage. Put the belt on Cena. You have Cena, Randy Orton, Cena, Cody Rhodes, Cena against other babyfaces like CM Punk. It makes sense to put the belt on Cena, have an entire rest of the year as a heel champion, defending off of these top babyfaces. That makes the most sense to me. I don't want to see Cody winning this. I'm sorry. Cody had a hell of a year. But I think it's time to do something interesting have Cody chase with other people wanting that shot as well. You have a heel Cena. Some people say, oh, it's a part-time champion. It is what it is. It is what it is. Same with Roman Reigns. I just think it makes the most sense right now, story-wise. So, all aboard the Cena train, folks. What I say, at least. What say you? I'm gonna let you guys respond to that, and I'm gonna go grab something real quick. But what say you? What say you? Cena wins with help, my guess. Probably. I have stopped watching wrestling due to Cena era. Okay. People made cancer jokes when Cena turned heel. Huh? Well, here's the thing, folks. Cena has to beat the record, okay? That's going to happen. That's the storyline. Cena eclipsing Ric Flair. Okay, that's going to happen. The question is, when should it happen? Mania or later on? Does it really make sense to have Cena being champion at SummerSlam? Then you have like what? How many months? 6 months? Let's get the most out of this. Let's get the most of a long reign for Cena. Okay? Get out the way now. You have the rest of the year to tell a storyline with Cena as champion. Wait till it's too late. You have a short amount of time as him champion. I don't think it makes sense. So I don't want a short reign for Cena. If you're going to do it, then do it. If you're going to do it, then really, really do it. Let him have a long reign. By long, I mean for the rest of the year, right? Have him go up against Roman, maybe, Randy, CM Punk, Cody again, AJ Styles. There's so much matches for him as a heel champion. So get it out the way now. Biggest stage. Don't wait until Money in the Bank or Clash in Paris or SummerSlam. No. Have Cena win next week. Get it done now. Let's enjoy a longer reign for Cena. Once it's over, it's over. No more Cena. So just get out the way now. Cena's retiring. Yep. This is Lash. You haven't been paying attention at all. Not paying attention. Cena, this is a retirement tour. Last time is now, he said. After this, no more Cena. After this year, no more Cena as an active wrestler. So let's put a belt on him now. Put the belt on him now, and we have a longer reign. A longer reign for the Cena man. Cena can't commit, bruv. They shouldn't put their belt on a guy who's not going to be there. He will be there. He is set for Clash in Paris. He's set for Backlash. I mean, it'll be fine. It'll be fine, okay? He'll be there enough. I want to see Cena Randy, Cena Roman, Cena CM Punk. Let's tell the storyline, okay? Let's do it. Why not? Why wait? What do you want to see from Cody Rhodes next? What do you want to see right now? Cody Punk? Sure. But they're both baby faces. And then who wins? Probably Cody. The only thing that makes sense right now is for Cody to drop the belt. I say Cody drop the belt. And that is Mania 41. So in conclusion, Jay wins. New Day wins. Jade wins. Ray wins. I don't know. I'm gonna lean toward Jacob unless Solo gets involved. Then LA Knight retains. Tiffany wins. I'll go Seth, but no real conviction there. I'll go Drew. Champs retain, Liv and Raquel. I'll go Dom, because that's the most interesting storyline. I'll go... Boy, I don't know. I really don't know. I'll go with Logan Paul, but no conviction. I'll go EO. And I'll go Cena, because it makes the most sense. Makes the most sense, folks. Night one got too many faces winning? What do you mean? Let's see. Babyface, yep. Heels win here. So that's one for babyface, one for heel. 2 for babyface. 3 for babyface. They're both babyfaces, so yeah, I guess that's 4, no matter what. Because Jacob's kind of a face now, considering what's happened with Solo Sikoa. Tiffany's a face as well. Yeah, she's a heel. Let's be honest. Tiffany's a heel, but she's playing the role of face right now. And Seth is the heel here, really, considering what he did to Paul Heyman. I see what you're saying, but I think it's fine. Here, heel win, heel win, heel win. Yeah, I think it's more. So night 1 is for baby faces. Night 2 is for heels. Heels are dominating kind of on night 1, and faces are dominating on night 1. I mean, I said that backwards. Heels are dominating on night 2, and faces are dominating on night 1. Overall, I say this is a solid card. I think night 1 is kind of lacking. Like night 1 is hanging on Jay winning being a big moment for the crowd, a big pop for the crowd there. And then I think Tiffany and Charlotte Flair got to deliver. They had to deliver. Yeah, night 1 is a little bit scary, honestly. Let's say Naomi and Jay don't have great chemistry. Let's say Jade kind of off. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I think night 2 is more of a sure bet. I think Drew and Damien will do a good job. No real issue there. I'm confident in this match. Based off what I'm seeing, I'm confident there. This will be fun. No, I'm not scared about this at all. AJ Styles is a veteran. Yeah, I'm more worried about night 1. Yeah, night 2 I'm not worried about. Here's a question. Will Randy get on the card? Will Randy get on the card somewhere? And who will he face? Will it be Nick Aldis? Will it be Aleister Black? Who will Randy face? I don't know. Randy gets Solo? Possible. Possible. Okay, Maya, I see your comment. Let's see what's happening on Twitter. Okay, let's see. I think I saw this tweet before. Let me see this. Exactly, nailed it. Bianca is my GOAT, but it's not hard for me to see why Rhea is white hot right now. Bianca was in the same spot where the fans would choose no one over her just a couple years ago. True. Now Rhea is in that spot. A year from now, Bianca may be getting louder pops than Rhea Ripley, and fans could be tired of Rhea Ripley. True. That's just how wrestling works. When someone is white hot, gotta ride the wave. And the tweet that is being referenced here is this one, where they show Bianca Belair getting a loud pop from the crowd against Rhea Ripley at the time. Okay, so let's be clear about Bianca Belair and her booing. Right, saying it's race related, honestly, is kind of asinine. Why? Here's a question: has Bianca Belair just turned black, or has she been black the entire time? If she's been black the entire time, how do you rationalize all the cheering she's had over the last few years? This woman's been over with the crowd for years, and she's been black the entire time. So obviously, it's not a race thing. It doesn't make any sense, right? If she booed the entire time, that makes more sense. But she's been great reactions, great crowd reception over like Rover for years, okay? And she's been black the entire time. So obviously, that's not the issue here, right? Obviously. What's happening here is, it has more to do with what's happening with the other chicks right now. I agree. Rhea Ripley is bulletproof right now with the crowd. She's resonating with the crowd. A lot of fans see themselves in Rhea Ripley. She's very, very popular right now, firing on all cylinders. Io is a sympathetic babyface, bringing on all challengers. I'll take you all on. I'm the champion, right? Very much a fan favorite, sympathetic. You have Rhea Ripley, white hot. Stone Cold Steve Austin, can't do no wrong, white hot. You have Io Sky, sympathetic babyface, who everybody loves. Cute, precious, Io, don't hurt nobody, don't do no wrong. How can you not love her? Then you have Bianca Belair coming off of the Jade Cargill, Naomi stuff, coming into this storyline, or coming into Raw, and she's going up against the crowd. The crowd wants Rhea Ripley in the match. Bianca says no. Of course, they're going to boo. The crowd wants a definitive end. Bianca says, nope, DQ, they're going to boo. Bianca says, Rhea Ripley, the woman who is red hot, is not deserving. They're going to boo. It's simple stuff. Crowd is very fickle and very, very predictable. I'm telling you right now, if Bianca Belair was facing off against Nia Jax or whoever, she'd get cheered, like she always does. The issue is this dynamic of Rhea Ripley and Io Sky. So this tweet is not wrong. It's not wrong. Not wrong. All right. I think the whole Bianca Belair boot thing is getting tiring. Like, get over it. It is what it is right now. She'll be fine regardless. Who cares? She's over. She's popular. She's talented. I will say that Bianca Belair not having any matches is weird. I'm more worried about that. I'm not worried. I'm more interested in why that's happening. I feel like everybody is having matches but her. Ever since she won the Chamber, there's been no match for Bianca Belair. No house shows, no nothing. Why? I don't understand that. Why is she not wrestling at all? That's weird. But beyond that, I don't care about the boos. I don't care about none of that. I hate the build. I think it's bad storytelling. Repetitive, boring storylines and story beats are being repeated over and over again. They're dragging their feet. That sucks. But that's typical for Mania. Have a lot of weeks before Mania, and they want to waste time, right? You saw the same thing with Jay and Gunther. A lot of nothing segments, and then finally, near the end, near the crescendo, you have, Jay gets had to watch his brother get attacked. His brother's bleeding, right? Now get the real actual story beats, like real stuff, the good stuff, right? Right before Mania. Been waiting, getting exposed to bullshit, but now close to the big show, we get actual significant segments. Bianca, Rhea Ripley, and Io. What's the best segment? The best segment they've had. Maybe the first one. By first one, I mean Rhea lost with the whole pushing outside of the ring. Bianca says, "I'm just here to watch the match. I'm just here to watch the match." Rhea Ripley says, "See you at Mania, Bianca." Hurricanrana, moonsault. 1, 2, 3. That segment or match, that moment was probably the best moment of the damn feud. The shocking win by Io Sky. Everything else has been kind of repetitive. Io walks down. Bianca walks down. Rhea walks down. Io gets mushed in the face. Next week, Io comes down. Bianca comes down. Rhea comes down. Io gets pushed in the face. Next week, rinse and repeat. It's been boring. So yeah, the best moment was the title change. Everything else has been very, very repetitive. We had 2 contract signings. Not 1, but 2. We had to wait for this nonsensical triple threat match. It's happening because why? Adam Pearce gave up. Okay, guys, because you guys can't be professional. I was dumb to put Bianca Belair as ref, so now I'm going to do triple threat match. Okay, I'm done with it. Very, very lazy, bad storytelling, but fans want the triple threat match, so they'll be happy when it happens, right? They need more writers. They need more writers because I think they're spread thin. And I think they need to better plan story beats so it doesn't feel like it's just the same thing every week, you know? Same thing every week. Just the same shit, different day, you know? But yeah, that's Mania 41. I think tomorrow I might talk about All-Star Grand Queendom for Stardom. I might talk about that next week. By next week, I mean tomorrow, which is the start of next week, Sunday. Maybe. But Mania 41, it should be fun. I'm not concerned about anything but night 1. It's kind of sketchy, but I'm sure the talent will put on a good show. We'll be good. But yeah, any questions about Mania? Rhea said in an interview that she loves Io and Bianca. She does. They grew up together in NXT. Yep. Yeah, she's loving this. Think Bianca wins? Maybe. We'll see what happens on the Go Home Raw on Monday. We'll see what happens. Will it matter what happens on that show? I don't know, but we'll see. Right now, I'm gonna lean towards Io. Bianca's second best odds, and Rhea Ripley 0. Made no sense whatsoever. We're gonna do the same segment. The same segment, right? Io walks down, Bianca walks down, Rhea walks down, and Bianca pushes Io in the face. I hope not. It'll probably be a brawl. That'd be my guess to close the show. Not to close the show, but to close the feud or the story beats. It'll be a brawl, but I would not put it past them to have the same segment again. I would not put it past them whatsoever. That's also possible. Like cutting promos. Bianca Belair cuts a promo into the camera. Rhea cuts a promo into the camera. Io Sky cuts a promo with subtitles. Similar to what they did with Naomi and Jade yesterday. They can do the same thing with Bianca, Rhea, and Io for sure. Nobody stands tall if they do the whole video package thing. But if they do have a segment in the ring, be a pull apart brawl, pull apart, where all of them are kind of fighting each other, with no one person standing tall. And then we head into the show with Io winning, probably. We'll see. That's probably what I would do. Probably. Because, again, if she doesn't, why did you even bother putting the belt on Io? Why bother? That makes no sense. No sense whatsoever. Picking arms. Naomi is hilarious. Countdown. Picking arms. Tiffany and Charlotte Flair should learn a thing or two from Naomi and Trinity. Naomi and, did I say Naomi and Trinity? Naomi and Jade. They're having a grand old time. They're loving this feud. Got to get along. And they're happy they're working with each other. Unlike Charlotte and Tiffany. Any other questions? I need Bianca to read Rhea in for fifth on Monday, or really? Oh, that's what you're saying. Really hurt her feelings. I don't think that happens. Some people think we're gonna get like Rhea as Stone Cold and Bianca as The Rock for that feud. We have Stone Cold, who is red hot, like, and Rhea would be in that position, and Bianca would be playing the heel position that Rock was playing back in the day. That's very possible. Very possible. These Americans don't deserve to see you again. Read my message. I started reading it. I got pissed off. These Americans don't deserve to see EO talent anymore, where she's performing at 50% her bag. Okay. Run a G1 or trilogy with Sari and EO. Oh my god. You are insufferable, my friend. Insufferable. Hey, Will, looks like you're gonna miss Mania. Why is that? 2 nights. How you gonna miss 2 nights? They need to refine Rhea's character because I don't know what's going on. I have no clue what's happening. Rhea's all over the place. Not very interesting. But maybe after Mania, when she loses again, we'll get a definitive character development. We'll see though. No, I don't. Why would I want to see EO go to Margot right now? That's what's going to happen. Jeez. Doesn't make any sense. The woman you're talking about is currently champion. You're complaining about her booking and the fans, and this woman standing here in a Raiders fit, holding the belt. What an awful position she's in. Makes no sense. Yeah, EO, go back to Japan. Current champion, go back to Japan. Nonsensical. Absolutely nonsensical what you're saying. He's suffering. The horror, the absolute horror this woman is subjected to. Look at this. I mean, you should quit now. You should quit and go home. What an awful position she's in. She's champion or belt holder. We'll see. Rhea's character is simple. She's been the same heel character booked as a face for the last 3 years. Nothing has changed. Well, she was more of a face before Io Sky beat her, right? She's very, very sad about costing Io her match. He wanted to make it up to her, kind of, but her promo was ridiculous. Io Sky, I didn't do this because you wanted me to. I did this because I wanted to. Some bullshit she said about her, giving her opportunity. It was very, very weird. But her booking is weird. It is for sure. It's weird. EO fans are greedy as hell. They're ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I have no problem saying that at all. They're ridiculous. They're ridiculous. Completely ridiculous. And I'm an EO fan myself. I'm saying that. So what'll be the match of the night? Match of the night for night 1. Let's see. I don't think so. Not the main event. Funny enough, it could be this. It could be Tiffany Charlotte Flair. It could be a Charlotte Flair Rhea Ripley situation here. It'll be Tiffany Charlotte or Ray Cat Gable. That's my guess. One of these two. I guess it depends on the story beats and the breakdown here. Is possible, but I'm gonna lean towards Tiffany Charlotte Flair if all goes well. It could be a train wreck, but if all goes well, it could be the match of the night. Or Ray Chad Gable. Night 2, there's more options, right? Street fight. You have Logan Paul, AJ Styles. That could be great, right? This could be great. There's more options for night 2. Of course, the triple threat match that folks are excited about. Match of night potential. I think night 2 has more options for match of the weekend. For the match of the entire weekend, I think it could be one of these night 2. But we'll see. Yeah, Ray Chad, or Tiffany Charlotte for night 1, I think. Malachi debut Raw at the Mania. That sounds logical. Any last questions before we wrap it up? Any last questions about Mania or whatever? Like I said before, tomorrow I might do All-Star Grand Queendom, but that card is sick. I don't think I have time to talk about it going forward. I'm gonna be busy, so tomorrow is probably my best bet. Talk about that show. You don't know. Saya Kamatani will take it on Tam Nakano. Mayu Iwatani taking on Shuri. Wing Gory taking on FWC for the tag titles. Got Starlight Kid against Azumi. Shishiro Hashimoto against Maika. Hina against Yagami. That'd be a good match. It'd be alright. I'm joking. Rina has a match against Yumiko? Why didn't I know that talent? Yumiko? Who's that? Oh, never mind. I know her. I know that person. Never mind. Yeah, that'll be fine. You have Cosmic Angels against... I didn't know that match was happening. Meiko Sanomura is on the card? News to me. Meiko and Mika Iwata? I did not know that Meiko was on that damn card. Wow. So you have Satori Ano, Natsupoi, Aya Sakura. She's alright. She's not my favorite. But wow, I didn't know that match was happening. We might talk about it tomorrow. We might talk about that card tomorrow. Very excited. What do you think about Julia's heel turn? Needed. Required. The right choice, for sure. Have Stephanie be the face here. And Julia is a natural heel. Works better for her. More charisma, more natural. I just love that idea. Have Stephanie be the face. She's over. And you have Julia being the heel. The top heel, top babyface makes all the sense in the world. Who will win? Stand Deliver. Now I think about it. I probably should have talked about Stand Deliver as well. I'll go with Stephanie retaining. Either Stephanie retains or Julia wins. One of those two. Jordan Grace gets called up, and Jada Parker is going to eat the pin probably. Either Stephanie retains or Julia wins, but I don't know. Hard to book a Joshi for the same reason it's hard to book luchadors. They can't talk English, can't speak English. That's what you're gonna say. Why do you think Okada didn't sign with WWE? What is Okada doing right now in AEW? Walking around with the belt, with the mid-card belt? Okay. Hot take: Jada wins. Ha! You're gonna be wrong. He's taking the pin. Eating the pin. What about Stand and Deliver? Let me run through Stand and Deliver real quick. Do I want to do that right now? I want to do that right now. Let's see. Real quick. Let's see the card. Zarya versus Kleiny Jordan versus Soruka versus Izzy Dame. So this it's not even official, this match. All the participants is not official yet. So I kind of have to wait. We gotta skip that match. There's still some qualifiers for that ladder match for the North American Women's title. Skip it. Stephanie, Julia, Jordan Grace, Jada Parker. Stephanie retains or Julia wins. I'll go Stephanie retains for now. Axiom versus Gauntlet match winners. I think Axiom loses. The Hank and Tank. I think it's kind of obvious. So we're going to have a new champions, Hank and Tank, at Stand and Deliver. Ricky Starks in a Fatal 4-Way. Ricky Starks retains. Obafemi, Trick Williams, Von Evans. I'm not sure. Either Obafemi retains or Javon Evans is new champ. I don't know. For the ladder match, I'll go Soruka, only because I think it's her time. I think it's time for Soruka. It's Obafemi's third defense. Maybe Obafemi retains. You think heel Bianca could turn the crowd against Rhea Ripley? Possible. Is full-on heel Bianca Belair, where she has all the freedom to do her thing, is possible down the road. Especially if Rhea Ripley was a full-on face. But I think they're going to have Rhea Ripley be also kind of a wild card with the character work. So she'll be having some heel tendencies as well. So, but if it was like a full-on face Rhea against heel Bianca, I think you're probably right. But who knows? Trick gets called up, maybe. Maybe. Then Deliver is a solid card. Solid. New champions for the tag titles. We'll see what happens after that. Right decision to turn Julia heel. Right decision. We'll see. Yeah, Shihiro Hashimoto is probably one of the most underrated talents out there. Very, very underrated. When you talk about all the best wrestlers in the world, her name doesn't come up, but she's fabulous. Great tag team wrestler and a very, very good singles wrestler. She's so underrated. Maybe after this show, he beats Micah, which I think I think that's going to happen. Maybe she gets more recognition for her talents, but probably not. The hero will probably be probably continue to be ignored, unfortunately. But she's very, very good. But that's tomorrow's stream, maybe, if I do it. We'll talk about Stardom All-Star Grand Queendom. And if I talk about it next week, by next week, I mean tomorrow, Sunday, I think you can all join because I'll be breaking it down. For even folks that don't watch Stardom at all, you'll be able to follow it. So when everybody's talking about this great card and you don't know what's going on, watch the stream. But okay, I'm invested. I know what's happening now. I can watch the show knowing the existing storylines and what's happening. So that's a goal for beginners who don't watch Stardom at all. You can watch the stream tomorrow and be fully informed of what's happening. So Zarya should be booked like 2006 Lashley. I think if Soruka wins, start the heel turn for Zarya. You know, be kind of cool. That'd be kind of cool for Zarya. But I see her maybe defeating Soruka down the line. Cirie Glaze, she's not on the card. What are you talking about? How can I glaze Cirie when she's not on the Stardom card at all? What are you talking about? I've caught up, yes. I've caught up on the recent Stardom shows. I am caught up. Talk about the ridiculous booking of Azumi. So weird. Talk about that tomorrow. Another one tomorrow. Is there really tomorrow? Another one tomorrow already? I guess. Let me see. Let me check. Another one already tomorrow, huh? Actually, latest show I haven't seen. The latest show I haven't seen. So I gotta watch that one. But it's so weird having Azumi pin Saya come. It's so weird to have her pin Saya. Why would you do that? Why would you have that happen when she's getting a match with Starlight Kid and she wants to chase the New Japan Strong Belt? Why would you have her pin Saya? Saya has a big match with Tam coming up. Makes no sense whatsoever. No sense. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. It makes no sense though. Stupid. That's what happened with Taro Okada, and his booking is random as hell, I think. It just doesn't make any sense to me, but oh well. Talk about that tomorrow. All right, folks. Don't switch up and become a fan of Mayu Iwatani. Mayu Iwatani is a great wrestler. Great. My issue with her this year has been very, very bland, not interesting. She's been wrestling with Momo Kogo for weeks and weeks and weeks. That tag team has run its course. Her booking is kind of boring. Her reign is boring. It's not her fault, but the IWGP belt, I'm sorry. I don't care. I'm not invested. You should lose to Shuri. She should lose. Will she? I don't know. She already said she's going to be removing herself from the 5-star GP. Why? It's weird. Everything about Mayu Iwatani is weird. It's not eventful, not interesting. It's just there. She's just there right now. I don't know what's happening with her. But maybe after the match at All-Star Grand Queendom, her year picks up. Right now, it's kind of boring. Great wrestler, fabulous wrestler, okay? But this year has been kind of a dud. Sorry. Kind of a dud. But I'm sure her match with Shuri will be good. In fact, we'll talk about it tomorrow. But this entire card has match of the year potential. Saya Tam, match of the year potential. Mayu Shuri, match of the year potential. Azumi Starlight Kid, match of the year potential. Even Chihiro, Maika will be good. Match of the year, probably not, because Maika's involved. Hashimoto, great wrestler, underrated. That's gonna be banger. Banger after banger after banger. I think my current list for the top women's matches will change drastically after that show. After Mania, potentially, but definitely after that show. Right now, my current list is Saya Tam, number 1, 2, Jordan Grace, Tessa Blanchard, 3, Shuri, 4, Starlight Kid, Rina, 5, Suri, Vinny, 6, Io Sky, Rhea Ripley, 7, Miyu Watanabe, Mizuki, 8, Suri versus Mako, 9, Suri versus Utami, and I skipped one. My 10th is Suri versus Utami. My 9th is Stephanie Vaquer against Julia. That's my top 10. I could have showed it to you instead of like running my mouth. I think I have it somewhere on Twitter. This list will drastically change after All-Star Grand Queendom. Hopefully, after Mania, if those matches cook, right? We all hope that the women's matches will be very good at Mania. That's the hope, right? We're hoping for the best with Tiffany and Charlotte. Hope for the best for Bianca, Rhea, and Io, right? Here it is. Here it is. Yep. My top 10 of the year. This will drastically change. It will drastically change. All-Star Grand Queendom. We'll talk about that tomorrow. But that's my top 4 right now. But yeah, we'll talk about it tomorrow. I do not have Marvel Rivals. Why are you against EO going to Marigo? Not you again. We'll talk tomorrow. Talk to me about EO tomorrow when we have the entire Joshi stream tomorrow. All right, folks. That's it for the stream. Do me a favor. Hit like. Subscribe to the channel. And I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Join the stream. I'm telling you guys now. The Stardom All-Star Grand Queendom will be a great, great card. A great, great show. You want to know what's happening? If you're clueless, if you're not clueless, you know more than me, join the stream tomorrow. I'll be breaking it down for you, but that card will be amazing. Yeah, thank you, Moonlight. Hit like. Hit like. I will talk to y'all tomorrow. Later.